My name is Jeff Shaner, and I'm a watchman on the watch wall at 12 o'clock on Mondays.
I'm Vicki Morton, and I am one of the Watchman Prayer people on the wall. And I've been doing it about a year.
Carrie McCormick, and have been affected by the Watchman Prayer Ministry in a positive way.
The Watchman Prayer Ministry is something where we want people praying around the clock 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but also we want it to reach out to the people in the congregation and then the community.
A team of prayer warriors who have dedicated at least an hour a week to pray for the needs of our church and our families, to come together and just meet with the Lord and petition for us.
A way to help put a hedge of protection around the church, around the pastors, around the ministers, to be able to allow them to do their work in a way that would honor God.
Well, when I started praying, I was like a little month behind them. So I started, and when I started praying, I thought I had to do it every night of the 7 days a week, at 12 o'clock midnight is when I did it. And so at 12 o'clock every night I would go outside. And then I found out, well, you're only supposed to do it on Monday nights at 12. But then I'd already started praying, and it had already started blessing me. So I thought, well, I'm going to continue to do it.
It was kind of difficult to begin with, as far as how was I going to spend a full hour doing a prayer for a full hour. But once I got started and realized the needs that are out there, and I was able to read the newsletter and understand the prayer request, it was something that came very easy, and surprisingly, that the hour goes by very quickly.
Watchman Prayer Ministry started in the spring of 2013. We began to send our requests to them, our prayer requests, our praises, and children's ministry is one of my big concerns, and so asked for prayer for VBS, and just that we would have the volunteers that we needed, that things would go smoothly, that our children would be safe, that kids would come to know Christ, and in return their families would also be affected and one for the kingdom. And last year truly went better than any year has ever gone since I've been here. And I couldn't quite pinpoint what it was, done everything pretty much the same way. Certainly learned a few things along the way, but just nothing huge had changed. But wasn't as stressed as I usually am, could rest peacefully at night, had more than enough volunteers. People who signed up to volunteer actually showed up. We didn't have nearly as many call-ins or holes to fill. Teachers came in well prepared, and just truly it was a blessing and not a strain at all on me or my family. And didn't quite know what it was, and it dawned on me that perhaps it had a lot to do with the Watchman Prayer team, and that people were praying for us, lifting us up in prayer, basically almost 24/7, and believing with me that awesome things were going to happen.
What the Watchman Ministry has meant to me is there's a park where I go to do my time on the wall, and allows me to just be out and enjoy nature, and enjoy God's splendor, and a chance to really relax and to pray and meditate about the things that have been asked for in the monthly newsletter.
The Holy Spirit. I mean, it's just the Holy Spirit has been so there, and that, I've seen so many prayers answered, but I also have learned a lot about myself.
Last year in January, Cassie, our daughter, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and very difficult time when it's your child going through something so scary. And so even though the Watchman team wasn't in place yet, people at church were praying for me, and then as soon as we could send in requests to the actual prayer team for the prayer wall, Cassie was always one of the #1 requests, and just to pray for adjustment for our family, to pray that she could learn how to cope with this disease and still be a child and not have to be like a little adult. And just really felt strength and encouragement as I'd go down the hall in church and people would say, "I'm praying for you," or "How's your daughter?" "We're praying for her, we're praying for your family." And just means more than words could say, that they helped me get through that time, knowing that God was there, which I already knew, but having a team of people that were also praying and believing that it would get easier with time, and it has.
I think that anyone that would like to be involved in the Watchman's Prayer Ministry would be get a real benefit out of it, not only for the church and the ministers and the pastor, but also for themselves.
I would say that the Watchman Prayer Ministry is something that everyone needs to do because it brings you commitment and obedience and love.
I want to thank the Watchman Prayer team and the ministry, that it is making a difference, that it is a great thing, but I'm sure Satan hates it and would do everything to stop it, that it needs to keep on going and keep praying for the ministries and the people to see good things happen.